Cyclonus, transform and attack!
Hey babe, wake up. New LinkFrostimus video.
What's up, y'all? My name's LinkFrostimus, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Voyager class Cyclonus.
Cyclonus is one of the heralds of Unicron, and Galvatron's right-hand man. A fearsome warrior who loves to flex on the haters and bend over and obey Daddy Galvatron's every command. The last proper Cyclonus toy we got was all the way back in 2015 with the Combiner Wars line, but him being a lazy retool of Silverbolt left a lot to be desired.
Combiner Wars? More like Retool Wars.
So when I heard he was getting a new figure, I was excited, but I was a bit shocked to find out that it was in the Kingdom line instead of the Studio Series 86 line.
I'll talk a little bit about that soon, but I have been hearing great things about this figure, and now that I have him in hand, let's see what the hype for Kingdom Cyclonus is all about.
Here we have Cyclonus in his robot mode, and okay, I have a few things to say first. The thing that irks me the most is the color scheme. Now, G1 Cyclonus has had a bit of a color inconsistency, like in the movie and the Headmasters anime, he's more primarily blue, but in the cartoon after the movie, he's more of a dark purple. I don't really know what color he's truly supposed to be, but what I'm trying to get at here is that either of those color schemes would have been a lot better than this lavender purple. It looks kind of plain, and with Cyclonus being a threatening warrior, this light color scheme, it doesn't convince me that much. Like here we have Unite Warrior Cyclonus, a more Headmasters anime inspired color scheme that I really dig. Imagine him in this, or even the color scheme of classic Cyclonus. Look, I could be wrong about this whole color accurate deal, but what I'm trying to get at here is that I wish he was at least darker. That's not all I gotta say though. Next are his proportions. He's looking a bit more blocky and less like having tall and slender anime-esque proportions. He does kind of have that small torso and long legs, but the blockiness of the arms and especially the legs from the side too, oh my goodness, it kind of breaks that look for me. And last, the face too. There's something really off about it to me. Is it too long? Is it the orange eyes instead of the red eyes? Is it the lack of expression? There's actually a line that I literally just noticed that is supposed to act as sort of eyebrows on an angry face, but it's barely noticeable. You have to be all up in his face to even catch a glimpse of that. Taking a look at the other Cyclonus toys I mentioned, I think they captured his face there a lot better than they did here. So these three things, the colors, proportions, and face, are the reasons why I wish that he got the Studio Series 86 treatment, because due to that line trying to recapture the cartoon appearances accurately, maybe then he would have gotten a better color scheme, face, and proportions. Oh well. All my complaints about the look of him aside, if you try and look at him as a sort of reimagining of G1 Cyclonus instead of a faithful one-to-one recreation of him, hot damn, he looking fine! I know I just said my complaints, but there is no denying that he looks absolutely great on his own. The proportions, even though they aren't what I would prefer, they still look good and make him look like he can totally flex on y'all. He even retains his G1 accurate sculpted in detail. Some nice panels along the arms, legs, and the chest. Oh, yes! We got some nice ab detail right there with transparent orange plastic, and this looks great. And another detail I think is really amazing are his kneecaps. They're painted with this glittery purple that really shines. The helmet is nicely sculpted and detailed, classic Cyclonus right there. And even though I complain about his orange eyes, check this out. Light piping! Absolutely nutty. One thing I really like about Cyclonus' design is his wings, and we can see some of it on the back of his shoulders and on his forearms. It adds to the overall aesthetic of what he transforms into, and it just looks awesome. And the best part about these wings? Take a look at the side profile. No backpack at all. Clean profile. And clean back, kinda. There are some hollow parts on the back of his legs, but the sculpted detail carries over and makes up for it. So on its own, Cyclonus' robot mode is solid. I'm used to the proportions in the face now, just not the colors though. But yeah, he looks good, and I can safely say that I honestly like him. But now, it's time to equip him with accessories, and make him the warrior he was destined to be. So here's the... dang. He only comes with this gun, but it looks cool. Nice detailing, nice silver color, nice contrast from his purple body, and it can peg into either hand. Wow. And being a War for Cybertron Trilogy toy, the gun is blast effect compatible, but unfortunately he doesn't come with one. Speaking of effect parts, there's ports on his upper right pec, his left hip, and on his right shin that these blast effect parts can go into to make it look like he's taking a shot. That's not all the ports he has. Again, to match him with the lines of the play pattern, he's riddled with various 5mm ports so you can make him
fitted the fuck out, head to toe, is some damn Yeezy
guns. If you have any siege weaponizers, Earthrise modulators, or Kingdom fossilizers. The instructions don't tell of a place to store the gun, but I like to put it on his back when I'm not using it. And that's kind of it for his accessories and playability, but he does come with a card. Each Kingdom figure comes with a holo card of a character, and if you peel off the holographic part, it reveals their fate. So most likely a spoiler that will happen to them in the upcoming Netflix Kingdom cartoon. Man, I hope it's gonna improve from the other two chapters, but let's be honest. it's probably gonna suck.
Tell me you forgive me, Optimus.
What the fuck are you saying? These cards are random though. You don't get a specific character from a specific toy. I got Black Arachnia, cool art of her, but I don't want to peel this off, so here's a picture of the card when the hollow part is taken off. But yeah, that's his accessory. His one and only. I'm be honest, y'all, this accessory it's kind of putting me to sleep. So, I'm actually gonna head out for the night. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Ball joint at the head and a hinge joint at the neck, allowing him to look up this far and down this far. His arms can rotate a full 360, and you'd think that they wouldn't be able to move out, but not only can they move out thanks to a separate hinge, there's also some detail revealed as you move it. Bicep and wrist swivel, 90-degree elbow bend, 360 waist, legs move up this far, back this far, and split, and a thigh swivel. And now for the knees. They're on this weird double hinge system. You'll see how it works when we get the transformation, but yeah, you can orient these hinges however you like to make him taller and bend his knees up to this degree. I like to have him like this though, the upper leg just barely touching the lower leg. I think this is the most natural look for him. And finally, his feet can bend pretty far up, no movement downward though, and unfortunately a weak pivot. And just like Scourge, his posability it's okay. The angle tilt is what's really holding him back, but he can still pull off basic poses and some action poses, and whenever poses you get him in, he looks good. To really push the boundary with him though, insert a flight stand into his gooch to get him up in the air. Fantastic display option here. And posing him is going to be a blast. In fact, playing with him is a blast. He's a super fun toy to mess around with, and he's just super solid. And he's a bit taller than your average Voyager. Here he is next to Studio Series Scourge, MP44 Optimus Prime, and Classics and Unite Warriors Cyclonus. A great update from these toys and a great companion to Scourge. But like I said in his review, I'm still waiting for a new Galvatron figure. And that's Cyclonus in his robot mode. There's some visual aspects about him that I wish were different, but I cannot deny that this is a great and fun robot mode. I like it. Now as for his alternate mode, what if I told you that I think it's cooler than his robot mode? And here we have the Cybertronian fightercraft, and oh my god. First though, the transformation. It's really fun. It's simple with some twists, and although shortening the legs can be a bit annoying, it's really fun to do. And the end result of going from a chunky robot to a large fightercraft is so satisfying. And this thing is awesome. The piercing nose cone, the inverted wings, the quad stack jet exhaust, and the transparent orange windows. Oh, this thing looks so good. I should mention the stress mark right here though, but I think it's my fault because I dropped them right as I opened them. But anyways, the sculpted detail comes into play too, creating nice panel lines that aim to be animation accurate in his vehicle mode just like it did in his robot mode. It looks really good. Whereas the colors were a problem for me in the robot mode, I don't mind it here at all. It just looks way too cool. However, the thing that really isn't accurate in this mode is the gray arm placements right here. It's not supposed to be gray, but honestly, it looks so naturally integrated that I don't mind at all. Nothing's ruined. And check out the underside. The only thing that really stands out is the chest, but everything else is well hidden. Suffice to say, this is some damn good bottom management. And that, combined with the fantastic proportions of this fightercraft, this thing looks spectacular in any angle. There is no bad side to this fightercraft. This thing looks awesome and sexy no matter what angle you look at it. And here's something else to appreciate. Look at this silhouette! Isn't this cool as shit? This is fucking awesome, I love it. So yeah, that's me gushing about this alternate mode. It's basically perfect, and it might be better than the actual robot, to me at least. I mean, it can't get better than this, right? Oh boy, oh boy. The instructions tell you to peg the gun on top of the fightercraft like this, but it doesn't look cool. In fact, it kind of looks dumb, so don't do that. Just take it off and store it somewhere else. But what you can do is if you have any blast effect parts and you go back to the jet exhausts, damn, now it really can't get better than this. But that's where you're wrong, kiddo. I just have a Figma stand, but unfortunately the peg is pretty deep inside the fightercraft, so I can't really properly peg it in. You might have different results for other flight stands, but I'm just trying to balance them out on top of it, and it works, and He's in the air. Now I'm being serious. It cannot get better than this. With a look combined with the blast effect parts and a flight stand, this thing looks so amazing. What an unbelievable display. He is meant to hunt in the skies. And if you don't have a flight stand or don't want him in the air, he's got some landing gear that you can flip out from the base of the nose cone and the shins to put him on the ground. They don't roll though. But now that we have him on the ground, let's do some size comparisons. Studio Series Scourge, MP10 Optimus Prime, and again, Classics and Unite Warriors Cyclonus. Again, he is a great companion with Scourge. These two look unbelievably amazing together, but wow, compared to the last two Cyclonus toys, what an amazing vehicle glow up. Just wow. So yeah, really stellar vehicle mode. Everything holds together well, it feels nice, and it's just a really fun and rad looking toy. Now let's transform him back and give him my final rating. I think his robot mode is good, I think his vehicle mode is near perfect, but with my nitpicks, I think it all balances out for me to confidently say that Kingdom Cyclonus is really good. Aside from the color scheme, this guy is the best mainline Cyclonus toy out there. There are some parts of the robot mode that didn't settle with me, but there's no denying that he looks good. And his vehicle mode, just wow. I don't know what else to say. It's the best part of the figure. I do wish he looked better, I wish he posed better, but with how he feels, this thing is really fun. He feels really good in hand, the transformation is fun, his joints are nice, so posing him is fun. He's fun, what can I say? Now check this out. With the recent collabs Transformers have been doing with all these different franchises, check out this thing that I saw on Reddit. What if Transformers X Batman? Cyclonus is the perfect mold for that. Just recolor him and maybe remold the wings a bit so that he can turn into a convincing looking Batwing, but this is the collab we deserve, but not the one we need. We do need it, please Hasbro. If they were to do that with Cyclonus, he'd be perfect, no doubt. Now back to the toy. I don't think I enjoyed playing with the Transformer in a while as much as I did with him, so this goes to show how good this guy feels. Amazing toy, solid recommendation. Movie fan, fan of the character, hell even if you hate Transformers still, get him. He's a solid buy. Until Takara blesses us with an MP Cyclonus, this guy is a worthy addition to my collection. And that concludes my Kingdom Cyclonus review. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, HasLab Unicron, he's coming late March. So subscribe and join me on the journey up to that review and beyond. And while you're waiting, check out my other reviews and share them with your friends. You can also follow me on Twitter at LinkFrost_ and check out my gaming channel on YouTube, LinkFrost. And one more thing, next video, who's it gonna be? Studio Series Blur or Studio Series Cup? Cast a vote in the comments down below. And guys, please vote this time. If Sai ends up being the only person voting again, omae o kuroshimasu. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't, leave all your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you want to stay tuned for more, subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be notified of my next review. Thanks for watching folks, stay frosty, roll out, and I'll see you all next time.